the times when I had friends come on, Duncan, if that episode aired, Cole, if we actually made one of those air, um, Dylan Larson, and those those are definitely fun to film and fun to watch get edited. Um, it's always really fun not only to have your friends on and have them be a part of something that you care about, but also to see the finished product and you can see the excitement and you can feel it through the video and it definitely from start to finish is like an exciting process definitely. So like sometimes you get people on and they're like, oh, whatever, like it's okay. But like you get people on and they're like, yeah, like let's do this. I'm excited. And those are the thankful for the experiences such as getting to sit out in the courtyard in the freezing cold, drenched in freezing cold water, or getting like a dozen eggs, raw eggs cracked on my head and having them dry in my hair and all over me. And then having to walk home with those eggs still covering me very much. And taking like the most thorough shower I've ever taken before I had to go in and work. Um, it's definitely been a trip. It's definitely been an experience. It's definitely something that I think I'm going to actually miss. Part, or the first part, I don't know how Jim's going to edit this.
Probably part 2.
Part 2 of the Fridays in Focus season finale, which I didn't introduce in part 1, but you'll figure it out. It'll be fine. So
we got there.
I'm here with Jim. Jim is the person that some of you may know does all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yep.
He's the one that makes sure that you can see my face with all the lighting, and you actually see me at all with the camera, and that there's a library behind me with the green screen, and he makes sure you can hear me with microphones.
All the fun stuff.
You've seen him occasionally. He did all the boxes for last week's box episode. He built the egg roulette machine spin thing.
That was a couple good hours at work.
He edits everything that you see.
All the things.
He does at least 95% of all of the work that goes into this.
Probably in
and
reality.
And anybody that's been on the show or that's talked to me for probably more than 10 minutes about Fridays in Focus will know that I always say Fridays in Focus is Jim running around with his head cut off, like a chicken with his head cut off.
Pretty much.
Trying to make sure everything is where it needs to be and working, and then I just sit in my chair and listen to music usually.
He does. Every single time.
Yeah, so it's definitely not fair that Jim is always behind the cameras because
Oh, it's good though.
he definitely is the true like body working parts of Fridays in Focus.
Thank you.
And I definitely know leaving next year that Jim is the heart and soul of Fridays in Focus, and I'm not going to worry that Fridays in Focus will die.
It shouldn't.
Because if it
shouldn't
dies,
crash
that
too
means
bad.
Jim has died.
Yeah, probably.
And Jim's stubborn, so he probably isn't going to die.
No. When I go, everything's just gonna down. It's gonna be bad.
But don't worry, because that's like in like 3 years.
3 years?
You're
I meant
years.
well, yeah, but I meant like death. I was like, Dan.
Well, that too.
What?
You'll get there, Jim. Anyway.
3 years.
Jim, I want to know what is your list of high points, good things that we've done this year, low points, things that we probably don't want to talk about happening this year.
Okay. High points would probably definitely have to be the challenge episodes we did, because I mean, I heard not so nice things about the ones before that, and then Dylan Larson, shout out to him. Dylan's Water War episode, which I think was the only other one you actually won.
That was the first one that we did. That was the first one
it was
that I
the
won.
first
it was
one.
pretty much one of the only ones that I
Yeah.
won.
And it was freezing, which I already talked about
Yeah.
earlier. 'Cause
Low points would have to be we definitely rushed into this.
the first episode proved that. And
Yeah, it
Ooh, I'm
proved
so
it.
salty about
That
that
was
one.
that was a bad idea. We're just
To
gonna
my grave,
pretend
I will
that
be
didn't
salty
happen.
about that.
The Halloween episode from
Is that still in the playlist?
Beep.
Like, could we just keep that?
I
It's
think
still there.
I think it's still there actually.
Oh boy,
I'll have to
that's hilarious.
look, but definitely getting one up every Friday because I know occasionally there's
Dude,
been
I said that was
there-
one of the things I hate
there's
that we
been
did is
there's been
Uh,
Fridays where we haven't gotten one, which is why next year we're starting something new that we instituted at the end of this year, filming a week ahead. So if we need an episode for next week, we'd film next week's episode this week so it can be ready and I'm not rushing at 10 o'clock on a Thursday night and trying to get it pieced together.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, I actually did that once. It was not fun.
I don't think. Is that like the
I did
earliest
not
that
get
you've ever
sleep.
gotten one ready?
Huh?
So that's the earliest you've gotten
Oh,
one ready.
probably.
Well, okay, so here's what I was saying, is that I think the problem that we had this year that we need to work on next year is that we pushed for the schedule over the content.
Yeah.
And I think definitely, rather than being like, oh, like we need one for next week, be like, oh, we need to make a good one this week.
Yeah.
And so like, whether the good episode that you film one week goes up that week or the next week or the week after that, I don't think matters. But just that you're making good videos. Because
Yeah.
I'd rather have 5 good videos from the whole year than like 15 just really bad
Yeah.
ones.
True. Because there's that line, as Mr. McLaughlin every once in a while talks about, between do you want good content on a not so regular basis, or do you want not so good content on a regular basis? And I think with this show especially, it would definitely have to be the good content and, hopefully
That's
a
what
regular
the
basis.
3s the fans love, Jim. All
Right.
3 of them.
All 3 of you out there.
What if there's 5 sitting
I
in a
know
room
you're
and now they're
watching.
insulted?
Right?
There's probably not 5 of them.
No, it's probably more like 4 if we're lucky. Yeah.
We're going to change that though next year.
Yeah. We're
Which is
gonna have
actually-
lots
Which is actually
of
something I'm going to talk about right
the-
now. We are going to continue this next year, but obviously I am graduating. So, a lot of you are probably thinking, who's doing Fridays in Focus next year? Well, lucky for you, we're going to tell you. Okay, ready? Sit down, like you're probably face. Just like, sit down. Okay, you're good. Okay, open your ears, listen. Ready for this? Next year's host is Fridays in Focus is experiencing technical difficulties. It will return fall 2016. Stay focused.